Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Remember to like, listen, subscribe, hit that ding bell. Bing! You know what I'm saying? So you can follow us. You got any topics you want us to talk about, let us know. Today in major news, U.S. Pauses Israel weapon shipment due to Rafah, U.S. Defense Secretary says. I'm going to read a little bit of the article from you. It's from MSN. President Joe Biden decided to hold back delivery of high payload munitions to Israel because Washington believes a possible Israel offense in Gaza city of Rafah could put civilians at risk, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said on Wednesday. Austin added that the administration was also reviewing some near-term security assistance shipments for Israel. Now, I mean, you're stopping munitions going there, but what about the ones they got now? Because I'm watching the videos. Because, you know, Israel kicked out Al Jazeera. And yeah. But I'm watching a video of the people that, the IDF with the tanks, they're shooting the tents.
I think that's a Qatar. Al Jazeera is owned by Qatar, which is a Middle Eastern country.
I'm watching the IDF blow up tents. Now, there's 1.2 million people that have refugeed to Rafah. 600,000 of the people are children.
They told everybody to go to Rafah. They directed everyone to go to Rafah for a reason,
so they could herd them in there like cattle and kill them all.
You said 600,000.
600,000 are children. They've already started killing the kids. We've seen the videos. We've seen the pictures. Today, they had the tanks blowing up tents. There ain't no one's fighting back. There's no one to fight back.
I guess there's like 6 or 7 battalions or something like that of Hamas that are left in. This is why they've kind of corralled everyone to like southern, I guess you'll call it southern, Gaza, because this now they've got them kind of trapped in, and like they know that this is the area where these last battalions of Hamas are. So this is kind of why they think that Hamas is trying to take the peace deal right now.
Yeah,
they're like, oh man, we only got a few battalions left. There's probably like 5. They said that 5,000 to 7,000 men left at that point in time. They're like, this is our last troops. Let's go ahead and take the deal, because if they come in here, they're pretty much going to kill everything moving. This is why they dropped those 100,000 pamphlets from the sky saying that, not 100,000, but this is why they dropped the pamphlets from the sky to ask 100,000 refugees to move out of Gaza, move out of a certain area in Gaza. But there's millions of them. So the U.S. is saying they've been asking them for quite a while now not to do an offensive in Gaza. They don't want a ground offensive because they said that they don't have Israel hasn't shown them a plan that will actually work. They said that, we're going to try to move 100,000 people. Well, if you move 100,000, how many more people are going to move just off the fact that you asked? They see 100,000 other people leaving. Yeah. They know that 35,000 or 40,000 people that have already died. They know that this is indiscriminate bombing. I'm not going to be like, hey, they asked them to move from over there. Well, we're good right over here.
And they found another mass grave also over in Gaza, and it was women, doctors, and nurses. I mean, patience.
They saying Israeli officials are frustrated by the government not giving, because they're not giving it. I guess these are like 200-ton bombs or something like that. I'm not sure. Like this is just some ridiculous amount of. They said they've been using a lot of these weapons these are weapons they've been using to blow up Gaza pretty much. And so the government's like, we've been asking you guys, and you've pretty much been giving us the middle finger this entire time. And so you're pretty much showing that our government can't really do anything about it. So you're not going to stop doing what you're doing until we start showing that we're serious.
Yeah.
So now they're pausing aid. Now, who's running to the defense saying this should never happen. The Republicans are running to the defense of Israel saying we should never do this. We should never show any kind of space in between us. But we need to.
Yeah.
If we've asked you not to do something, you're showing space in between us by not listening to us. We're the ones giving you the weapons, giving you the money.
That was the red line, Rafah.
That was the red line, and they've
already bombed it. I've seen the videos.
They said they were just taking the crossing, but now they're starting to do more incursions. They've already killed some civilians already. Yeah. Have already died.
They're blowing up tents with tanks. Died.
You know what I mean? They rolled over the I love. Every city has the I love whatever it's I love Gaza sign.
Yeah, and
they rolled over it with their tank. They showed the video of it. It's like a really big thing for them. It just tells you a lot about who these people are. In reality, like we're dealing with some like real evil, period. I know it sounds like hyperbole, but it's true.
That's evil.
I mean, it's evil. It's just small-minded evilness. Like even writing, I know that people do this all the time, but when you're killing innocent people and you're killing innocent people and you don't have a problem with it, you put mass graves with people with their hands tied behind their backs, patients that are on gurneys, steel, like pretty much ripped them out the gurneys, executed them, threw them in a grave. Like if this is what you're doing, and you don't have a problem with it, but you call us anti-Semitic for speaking out against this, it's just crazy. I don't want to get into that again today, but it's just, I think this is a solid move. I don't know how much room he's going to really, I don't know how much he's going to really stick to it, because I saw him today on CNN, President Biden.
Yeah.
And he's talking about this. He was like, I told them this was a no-go zone, and they're doing it anyways. And so if they do this, we're going to let them know that we don't approve of this. This is not something, we're not going to help you here. We're not supporting.
Yeah.
And so, they keep on kind of waffling on it a little bit because they're like, this is the last bit of people, fight Hamas fighters. But what does that mean? How many people are you willing to spare to try and kill the last few,
Well, they want to kill them all because they want to kill them all so they can make sure there's nobody to come back to that waterfront property. That's exactly what it is. I don't want to dive too deep into it because, we also got our own issues here in America, especially in Albany, New York. The New York Governor, Kathy Hochul, says she regrets making offhand remarks that suggest black children in the Bronx do not know what the word computer means.
Yeah.
Hochul, a Democrat, made the comments Monday while being interviewed at a large business conference in California to discuss expanding economic opportunities and artificial intelligence for low-income communities. She says, right now, we have young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. The hell are you talking about? No, they know what an iPad is.
He's a New Yorker. You got I forget the New York accent though.
That wasn't even a New York accent. That was a horrible. That was a horrible accent.
I know. I know what you were.
Just like her remarks. Horrible.
I know what you're giving out. Don't trust me. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, she's outdated. You can already tell by just the stuff that she's saying. Who doesn't know what kids know more about technology? Somebody was on there saying, I bet she don't even know how to update her Wi-Fi pretty much. Or, not even update, like reboot her Wi-Fi, and which is probably true. Like what she's speaking about. I've seen 2 and 3-year-old kids who are playing with tablets who know how to do more than I know how to do.
Yeah, kids don't even use computers no more.
And so what she was trying to make was a point that is outdated. And I know that certain people, even I think one of the delegates from or a representative from the Bronx or whatever that area was, she was the Bronx she was speaking of.
Yeah, the Bronx.
Who came out and said, well, she made some unartful and hurtful comments, but probably a black person's coming to her aid and defense and was letting them know.
Of course.
It's not, but at the end of the day, sometimes you know a person. And he may look at her like you misspoke major, but at the same time, I know what you're trying to get at because she's probably have tried to bring in some initiatives to bring in a lot more money into those areas as far as like schools and things of that nature, because that's what he was kind of representing.
Yeah.
And so it's a double-edged sword. You know who you're dealing with for her to say something like that, which doesn't make any sense. A kid doesn't know what a computer is. Like, what area are you from? How did you get to be New York governor? How? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, that doesn't even make any sense. If you're from an era where you still think this is the 80s, like kids ain't have computers as much in the 80s, maybe even in the 90s. You know what I mean? There were computers, but not a lot of kids had them. But everybody got something, whether it's access to a smartphone. Smartphones are computers these days.
They are.
You know what I mean? So what is she talking about? This is the country that we live in, though. Honestly, this is the country that we live in. We're used to this by now. Honestly, when she said it, it wasn't even as bad as, I was watching the thing that you showed with Ann Coulter.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny right there. But
I would have voted for you, but you're Indian.
You get to a point to where your skin gets really thick. I think that
New York's a joke anyways when it comes politically. I mean, they done got rid of the last mayor off some lies. They got the new guy in there. He on Drink Champs.
Who, Adams?
Yeah, he on Drink Champs, drinking with Nori in there, which is cool. Shout out to Nori. Yeah, George Santos on there, who lied about everything.
They had him on there?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be on this weekend. Yeah, they got the mayor. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about, you said the Santos.
No. Oh, John D. Santos? The guy from Florida?
George who?
No, I'm talking about George Santos.
I don't know.
George Santos was a man. He was a politician. He lied. He ran for a district in New York. He lied about everything.
Oh, you're talking about that dude.
Remember that dude? He said, "I'm not Jewish. I do things that are Jewish." Yeah, and then he got let go because he spent hella money on OnlyFans while he's in office.
He was a weirdo though.
Yeah, but he's from New York.
You know what I mean?
So New York politicians, I can expect that. These people want to live in these old stereotypes where it's like, black fathers are in the home, Black folks
Things that
don't
are not
read
true.
nothing, don't know nothing. People that produce programs now, they make Good Times. Have you seen? Excuse me.
Jesus, bro.
They made a Good Times show. Yeah, man, I like to eat. They made a Good Times show, and they made all the black people in there just ignorant as hell.
But you know who made that show, right?
Who?
Steph Curry. Steph Curry, I think, so we have that Seth, whatever that guy, MacFarlane. They all made that show. I think he helped them make it. But Seth Curry is the executive producer of that show.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I hope he never gets another ring. That's stupid and ignorant, making you think that all black people act like that. But you know, it's cool for me. I'm like, yo, let people think that all these stereotypes are real. Because when we prove them wrong, this makes you crazy.
Is it funny?
I don't watch it. I'm not about to watch it.
I
watched 5 minutes of it. I'll say I watched 5 minutes. It was so ignorant, I turned it off.
I want to watch it now. Is it okay? Let's look at the Boondocks.
Yeah,
that show was funny, man.
The Boondocks was good though. Like, hey, Martin Luther King woke up out the coma.
Yeah, I mean, but
that was my favorite episode.
Kind of look at it from different perspectives. Not everything that certain things they're going to give us are going to be educational. We need more of that. We definitely need more of that. But certain things they're going to give us are going to be more, fun.
Yeah, that ain't funny. They want to make it seem like that's all we do. They want to introduce you as Sexy Red and all this hot ignorant stuff.
Sexy
and we're like, yo, bro, that ain't us.
Sexy Red's pretty good though, man.
Bro, she just posted a picture of she's sitting in the hospital talking about them sitting here waiting to see the doctor, wondering why my coochie stank.
But listen, but honestly, man, I don't want to get into all that. This is not what this is about.
It's not what it's about. I'm just saying.
Let me just say this right here. Honestly, that's who she is. That's her character. She's just sticking to character. People already see that from her. That's the same thing. This woman right here, what's her name again? Kathy Hochul.
Hochul.
She's sticking to character as well by saying what she said. She's just telling us what she says in her back room and on her dinner dates with her friends. This is what she's saying to them. They don't even know what a computer is. That's what she's saying to them.
Yeah.
She in her mind, she probably believes that somewhere. Like, they don't know what a computer is. She's never been down. You need to go to those districts and find out.
She never probably talked to them. They probably brought her into the school and they're like, yo, she's coming. So everybody hide all the computers. Turn your phones off, kids.
Money,
here. We put some shirts for you, holes in them. Look, it says Utah Jazz 1996 NBA champs. Put these shirts on, kids.
That's crazy. But honestly, that me, if it helps them get more funding down to those schools, like, for a person who may not understand, not saying to act that way, but a person who may not understand, if it helps them get more funding, they need it, because that's just the honest truth. I mean, like, if you look at the brackets in this country economically, we're at the bottom when it comes to like how much we make, how much a black family earns. We're at the bottom, man. So it's not factual what she's saying as far as computers are concerned, but it's factual that we do need help in our education system. We do need help in our housing, abilities to buy homes, abilities to kind of build
for
wealth.
Some areas. We ain't all poor no more.
This is not about being poor. I'm not saying all of us, but if we're still at the bottom, a lot of us are still struggling.
Well, you know what? A lot of people is ending up at the bottom, and you can thank your own politicians. They done bled us and took all our money out. Now they coming for you. But anywho, tell us what you think. Like, listen, subscribe, share, hit that ding button. If you got a topic that we talked about and you want to talk to us about it, email us. If there's something that we didn't talk about that bothers you, there's something that you want us to bring up that you want in your city to be known about or your state, let us know. Uncommon courtesy.